The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey there, team. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's David Newman, and you are here for the Book Marketing Workshop. Very excited. This is one of my favorite things to teach and talk about, just to make sure that you've got all your AV connected and everything is looking good on your end. Let me know in the chat if you can see the title slide that says Book Marketing Workshop, how to market, promote, and profit from a nonfiction business book and get the reviews, sales, clients, and recognition you deserve. And if you can hear me nice and loud and clear, just type in yes into the question box. Type in a yes, and I'll know that we're all connected on the interwebs and all the technology is behaving itself the way that it should be. And let me open up my question box so I can see your answers. Excellent. Nabi, Sukuma, John, Cher, Peter, Stephen, Paula, thank you. Tim, great to see you. Raymond, Paula, Crystal, Jeffrey, John, Anna, Sue, Mia. All right, this is great. Larry, Pam, it goes on and on and on. All right, well, let's get rolling. So much to share with you, so much good stuff. I hope you've packed a lunch. I just hope you've packed a lunch. I hope you're ready to hang in here and get every drop of what we're talking about here to help make your current book or your next book a massively successful business asset. So let's get right to it. Just gonna move this puppy out of the way here. And okay, I think all the buttons and dials and knobs are working the way they need to be. So let's make sure that you did not wander in off the street for no reason. You are in the right place, and this masterclass is for you. If you're currently writing your nonfiction business book and you want to make it happen fast, as a B2B consultant, business coach, corporate trainer, or speaker, you want a more secure and profitable author expert platform, and you want to get it right the first time and give your book the audience, the endorsements, the reviews, the sales, and the recognition that it deserves. So no matter where you are on your book publishing and book marketing journey, we're going to have something here to help you. So the game plan for today, we're going to tackle self-publishing versus traditional, and I've done both, and I've had 100 plus clients that have gone in both directions, and we'll talk about kind of the pros and the cons of each. Some writing shortcuts, writing tools, and writing tactics. This is really important, how to write a book that readers will want to buy, read, buy in bulk, sponsor, and totally blow the doors off your book sales, how to monetize your book and the platform around your book, and some next steps to help you make it happen. And of course, giant Q&A. I already have some questions submitted. We have about 8, 7, something like that. Let me just head to my bets here. I've got them all printed out in front of me. 7 to 9. How about that? 7 to 9 people submitted questions ahead of time. So those questions that get answered first, I am happy to stick around as long as you've got questions about any of today's teaching, any of today's nuances around book marketing, book writing, book publishing, and book monetization. If you hang till the end, the bitter end reward for this one is my special report called 27 Ways Not to Get Burned, Building Your Business Around Your Book. You will also get my 7-step book publishing cheat sheet. And then if you stick around till the end, yet again, something crazy good that you will love. And I'll keep that as a surprise for the end. So quick poll, just to see who's in the room with us. 4 options. I'd love you to vote by number. Number 1, if you want to write your first book, please type 1 into the question box. Number 2, you've already started and you're in the middle of writing that book. Please type number 2. Number 3, your book is already published, book is already out there, and you're really here to find out how to maximize, market, and promote the book that's already published. Or number 4, you already have 1 or more published books and you are ready and you want to write the next one. So are you a 1? Are you a 2? Are you a 3? Or are you a 4? So want to write your first book is number 1. You're in the middle of writing. Your writing process has already started. That's number 2. Book is already finished and out there. That's number 3. Number 4, book is already finished and out there, and you are ready to write the next one. So please vote so I know who's where. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the question box, and then we can tailor the rest of our time to who's in the room. So let's have a look. Boy, lots of 1s and 2s. 3s are catching up. Sukuma's 3. Delia's 3. Paul is ready for the next book. Larry's ready for the next book. Stephen's ready for the next book. Peter's ready for the next book. Now the 4s are catching up. Kirsten, Carrie, so fantastic to see you. 3 and 4. Donna's a 4. Paul's a 4. Cher's a 3 and a 4. Okay, so good mix. Boy, we have predominantly 1s and 4s. So that's actually fantastic, because whether it's your first book or whether it's your next book, we're going to have some tremendously valuable writing and marketing and monetizing ideas to help you. So actually, don't say anything, but ones and fours are my favorite. Am I allowed to say that? That ones and fours are my favorite? I mean, twos and threes, don't feel bad. We still got you, but I'm kind of leaning 1 and 4. 1 and 4. Okay. So let me tell you about my perilous journey with book publishing. 2004. And some of you know this. Some of us go way, way back. So Kirsten, for example, knows this all too well. 2004, I was bored and I was broke. And I was out there training and speaking, and I had a lot more free time and did not have a lot of clients, but man, oh man, did I have some time. So I believed the hype. This angry woman here is pointing, getting her face all up in my grill. You should write a book. You should write a book. You got to write a book. If you're a serious consultant, if you're a serious speaker, if you're a serious trainer, you have to write a book. You're nobody if you don't write a book. Well, at that time, I was all over the map. I had no focus. I had no expertise. I had no clients. And I believed the hype. And I believed this angry lady who was jabbing her finger into my chest going, you should write a book. You should write a book. You should write a book. So what did I do? I wrote a book because I was bored and I had some time. So my first try out of the gate was what I call extreme self-publishing. XSP. It's like the X Games, right? Extreme sports. This was extreme self-publishing. And here it is on Amazon. Relish, the highly authorized guide to life, April of 2004. This is literally a collector's item. You cannot find it. I think I have a copy. My mom might have a copy. And there may be a couple copies sitting around in a box in my basement. So this is print on demand. So I didn't have to buy a million books. Anyway, when I say extreme self-publishing, I designed the cover, in case you couldn't tell. I got my own ISBN number. I laid out the book as a PDF back in 2004. I know, crazy, right? Crazy. I uploaded it. And so there it was. That's kind of the crazy thing. So I am pretty sure, I don't have the data on this, but I'm pretty sure this is the worst selling book on Amazon ever. Now, what's interesting here is Amazon bestseller status. When I took this screenshot, 16,669,315. My understanding when I took this screenshot, which was a couple years ago, I think there was only 12 million books for sale on Amazon. Let me repeat that. There were 12 million books available on Amazon. This was number 16,669,000. So if this isn't like the worst selling book ever, like I'm sort of in the negatives. I'm all the way down below the basement. I'm in the sub basement. The publisher that I used, publisher/printer, Cafe Press, which I'm pretty sure doesn't exist anymore. They made coffee mugs and T-shirts, and for a short time, they also did extreme self-publishing for people like me. So that was my very first foray into this craziness. So no matter how successful or unsuccessful your first book may have been, I guarantee you mine was less successful. Mine was less successful. All right. Why? Mistake number one, not building an audience. Not building an audience. Literally, my first book signing, I'm looking at 60 empty chairs. 60 empty chairs and me and a pot of coffee sitting in a bookstore in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. 60 empty chairs. Needless to say, not building an audience before you come out with a book, not the world's greatest idea. And not knowing how to gather an audience in a book launch or when a book comes out or a few months before a book comes out, just figuring, hey, write it and they will come. Mistake number two, having zero sales capability baked into the book. In other words, did I write a book to support the business? I did not. Did I write a book specifically with some mechanisms and hooks and triggers to get people to buy my other products, programs, and services? I did not. I looked at the book as a completely separate effort from my business. And you all know this now. The book needs to be completely aligned and tightly integrated with your business. The book plan is the business plan. The business plan is the book plan. Whatever you should be doing to promote the book is what you should be doing to promote yourself and your business and all your products and all your services and all of your profit centers. Mistake number three, which ties into 1 and 2, of course, no strategy. No strategy for how to bake the book into the business or how to steer the business towards the readers and the prospects and the leads that I wanted to attract into my business. So no strategy obviously has to do with no alignment, no sales plan, and no audience. So this was bad. Then I started to get smart. Then I started to study the pros. I started to study the people that I looked up to, and some of these people were my friends and mentors. So Jeffrey Gitomer and Jay Baer and Michael Dalton Johnson and Brian Tracy and Seth Godin. And the process was such that I realized all the opportunities I was missing and all the things I was doing wrong. I got a little bit obsessive, and I spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of research. I interviewed over 50 successful authors and experts. I tapped into their secrets and their methods, took the best of what I learned, implemented that like a crazy person, tweaked and tested and put my own spin on it. And then I started doing this for clients. So this book is for my friend and client Ford Myers, came out in 2008 from Wiley. It's called Get the Job You Want Even When No One's Hiring. So this was a job book during a recession, 2007, 2008 economic meltdown. We did the book proposal that got accepted by an agent. The agent then got the book deal with Wiley. Got a $10,000 advance. I helped him negotiate that. We built a seminar and a corporate workshop around the contents of the book, and he was getting booked at between $8,000 and $10,000 a day to do a corporate career seminar. Then we took some of the contents of the book and made it into an online guide, which was the Ultimate Career Guide. It came in two different editions, a $97 electronic edition and a $197 hard copy edition. That back in 2008, it was a binder, it was CDs, DVDs, it was crazy time. Big box would arrive on your front porch with a big thud, and you would get the Ultimate Career Guide in hard copy and CD, DVD format. Then we did a licensing program. So Ford wanted to take other career consultants who didn't have a methodology and a best-selling book and license his methodology, tools, frameworks, and worksheets. So then we created the $10,000 Ultimate Career Consultant Certification Program around the ideas in this book. And then this also elevated him into getting top-tier premium coaching clients, between $6K for a 90-day program, $9K for a 6-month program, and he literally started to charge what the top 10%. Yeah, he charged more than 90% of his competition. But because he had this book, because he knew how to leverage this book, because we built his entire thought leadership platform around this book, he was able to now leapfrog the price-driven sale, get out of that kind of negative price pressure. How much is it? How much does it cost? Whatever. And have people lining up around the block to work with him because he was literally the guy that wrote the book, quote unquote, the guy that wrote the book on this topic. So this is what I mean about getting the business integrated with the book and the book integrated with the business, and having helped Ford from initial proposal all the way through all these monetization strategies. This was back in 2008, something that I started to do for client after client after client, charging them literally tens of thousands of dollars on a private client basis to do this. Now, in my own publishing journey, starting with extreme self-publishing that I showed you back in 2004, we came out with a sequel called Relish for Business. Then there was the Unconsulting book. Then there was the Fortune Cookie Business book. Then there was this one. And then finally, after 8 tries at self-publishing, including some minor league publishing like this book from HRD Press, we finally got it right. We finally got it right. The Do It Marketing book, traditionally published book. Do It Speaking, traditionally published book. Do It Selling, coming out in May of this year, May of 2023. So these are my 3 real books. That's all I'm going to say about that. The other ones were interesting little side experiments, including the world's worst selling book, number 16 million out of 12 million. These initial 2 books have done super, super well. I'm hoping that the Do It Selling book does even better and does better than the first 2 combined. And so far, that is on track to happen. So that's pretty cool. Let me show you. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of the Do It Marketing book launch and show you what the longevity game plan of a book and its impact on your business might look like. So this is a screenshot. This is 37 months after publication. So this is not the book launch. This is like 3 years in, 37 months to be specific, because the book came out in, we did the pre-launch in April of 2013, and this is from July of 2016. So what you'll notice is this line at the top for 37 straight months. At the moment that we took this screenshot, this is currently ranked at 19,165 out of 8 million books. This is the top 1/4%. This is not in a category. This is not in the marketing category. It's not in the small business category. This is all books in all genres sold on Amazon, including Harry Potter, including the Bible, including Harry Potter, including the Bible. Top 1/4%. Now, I want you to pay attention to that number, 19,165. That 20,000 rank on Amazon becomes important, and I'll show you why here in a moment. But this is a sustained sustained book sales month after month, year after year, after a very strong launch and a very strong foundation. Taking a little beverage break here. All right. Getting it right, number 2, 271 reviews. So this is not about writing any book. It's not about writing a crappy book. It is about writing the very best book that you possibly can write. And I think now we're past 300 some reviews. I just looked the other day, it's 300 and some, I don't know, 320, 330, something like that. But a good book will not sell itself, but a good book will extend and prolong the life cycle and the sales cycle of the book and the recommendations and the Amazon recommendation engine and the reviews and the suggestions that Amazon makes as people buy the book, review the book, and it does better and better and better. Getting it right, number 3, is we won some pretty cool awards. So Small Business Book Awards in the marketing category. It was me and the 80/20 Sales and Marketing book. I think my book is better than the 80/20 Sales and Marketing book, but don't ask Perry What's-His-Face, who wrote that book. And then we did a manifesto with 1-800-CEO-READ. They invited me to do sort of an add-on little supplementary thing that we've gotten a lot of traction and probably over 10,000 downloads on that Do It Marketing Manifesto. MSNBC called this one of the best small business books of 2014, so that's kind of cool. And on our website, we just had tons and tons and tons of reviews and media mentions and interviews and features around the book. And all of that is part of the book promotion master plan. All of that is part of the book marketing master plan that I'm going to share with you later, that none of this was accidental. None of this happened just in a vacuum and, David Newman happened to get lucky. All of these were intentional strategies to get this book the reviews and the sales and the recognition and the leads that it deserved. And your book deserves the same. Let me repeat that. Your book deserves the same. So let's talk about some of the success factors. Number 1, very close alignment with the current expertise that you're selling. Number 2, focusing on the book as a business, but a closely related business. It's almost like a profit center or a new product or a new service, except we call it a book. But it is a division of your company, and it is an integrated division of your company. So that's really, really important. Strategy to sell more books, intentionally focused strategy, many ways to monetize your platform. So when people read the book, what's the next thing that you want them to invest in? And then no one does anything great alone. Knowing how to get partners to endorse the book, contribute to the book, and help you launch the book is critically important as well. When I first launched the Do It Marketing book back in 2013, I don't think our email list was any more than 10,000 people. It wasn't. And so that was pretty small, and I would have sold a small handful of books, and that would have been great. When the book launch went out, over 1 million emails were sent. Let me repeat that. My personal list at that time was 10,000. How do you get a million emails to go out? Well, you need endorsement partners. You need launch partners. So my launch partners had an email list of 200,000, 50,000, 30,000, 70,000, 22,000. You add all of those up, and we had about 24, 25 different launch partners. Among those 25 launch partners, I think the smallest person's list was maybe our size. So they had 10,000 subscribers. They sent an email to their list. And the largest was 300,000. 300,000 was Jeffrey Gitomer's Sales Caffeine newsletter, and he sent out an email about the book as well. So you add up all 23, 24 of those partners, and the total number of emails that went out were 1 million. 1 million emails. How many of those 1 million were mine? 10,000. So literally a 100x, 100 times impact multiplier if you have launch partners. Doing any of this alone is completely futile, complete waste of time. Unless you already have a list of 3, 4, 500,000 people, and God bless you if you do. If you do, you're probably not here listening to me, because we only have like 60,000 people on our list right now. But the point is, you cannot do this alone. You cannot do this alone. And trying to do it alone and not knowing how to get the endorsements and the contributors and the launch partners, you might as well not even write the book. I hate to sound harsh. You might as well not even write the book. You're not going to write the book that no one's going to read. You're not going to write the book that's not going to generate any sales. So save yourself the time and just stop writing and move on to something else. Don't even bother. So listen, my friends, I get it. I started at 0. I made every mistake in the book. I made the good ones twice. None of what I'm about to share with you is theory or maybes or guessing. As I mentioned earlier, I've coached and mentored over 100 nonfiction business book authors to do exactly what I did. This is also what I've personally done to sell over 15,000 books. And so let's break it down. Let's break it down piece by piece, what you need to get rolling here. So I want to go a little bit further into this book launch. First thing we did, the book's publication date was June 6th, 2013. The book is available for pre-order about 2 months before. So about 2 months before was April 5th. April 5th, I sent out to the launch partners, hey team, would love you to send out the pre-order email. And they did that, and that's when we had the first big spike of sales. The book, because you never know with Amazon, even though the publication date was June 6th, they were shipping books on May 22nd. So we knew they would be shipping books on May 22nd. And so whatever, it says on Amazon, even to this day, publication date June 6th, a couple weeks earlier, the Amazon warehouse has books. They're going to start selling those books. So all the pre-orders count towards your launch. That's important if you care about bestseller status. If you don't care about bestseller status, that's great. I am much more proud, even though this hit #1 in multiple categories and stayed there for weeks, I frankly couldn't care less. Let me repeat that. I'm going to blow your mind right here. I don't care about Amazon #1 bestseller status. A dirty sock can become an Amazon #1 bestseller. I don't know if you know this or not, but it's a game. There are rules and there are ways to bend the rules and game the system. So Amazon #1 bestseller to me is horse crap. Hitting it legitimately, not for 1 hour on a random Tuesday night at 2 a.m., hitting it legitimately is an accomplishment. I did that accomplishment 3 times. Still don't care. Still don't care about that. You know what I care about? I care about that earlier chart that shows you 37 months of 20,000 Amazon rank or better. Because, my friends, this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Let me repeat, this is a marathon, it's not a sprint. Amazon #1 bestseller, and those of you that hit it nefariously, sorry, I'm going to call BS on you and your world. I hit it legitimately. And, the fact that a dirty sock can become an Amazon #1 bestseller, I'm not sure how much I would parrot that and shout that from the rooftops. 37 months of strong sales and bestseller status, top 20 rank, top 20 for 37 months. I dare you to try that. I dare you. Not going to happen unless you know what you're doing. So that was the launch. That was the pre-launch. Anything below 200,000. So you're wondering what's good. I told you 20,000 and up is good. What's bad? Less than 200,000. That's what I call the bargain bin zone. Here is where we've been, and that's where we stayed week after week, month after month, year after year for 37 months, 3 years, 1 month, 37 months. Month 38, we dropped. We didn't drop into the bargain bin zone, but we dropped out of the first 20,000. So again, top quarter of 1%, the top 1/4 of 1% of all books sold on Amazon, including Harry Potter and the Bible. So this is how most book launches go, right? Big promotion, drop to the basement, big promotion, drop to the basement, big promotion, whatever. You're mentioned in the media, you're on a podcast, little blip, and then you go back down below the bargain bin. On the right, I want to show you the exact metric that will keep your book at Amazon rank 20,000 or better, because 20,000 or better is awesome. This research on the right is from Phoner Books. You can see the URL there in the reference down at the bottom of the chart. This is called the logarithmic chart. So you math majors will know that it is unevenly distributed. So where the blue arrow is 20,000. Over here is a logarithmic scale of 10 books to 100 books sold per week. The blue arrow on the left is at 40. So the logarithmic scale goes 10, second line is 20, next line is 30. This line is 40 books per week. Follow the bouncing yellow ball to maintain 20,000 rank or better. How many books do you have to sell on Amazon? 40 a week. That's it. 40 copies. So for 3 years, I wake up every morning and I say, what do I need to move 40 books this week? What do I need to move 40 books this week? What do I need to do to move 40 books this week? And week after week, month after month, year after year, because the book is integrated in the business and the business is integrated into the book. And also, it was a pretty damn good book. I mean, I hate to say that out loud, but it's a pretty damn good book. Those of you that read it might agree with me. You might not. I don't care. I think it's a pretty good book. 40 books per week is the metric. Now, on one hand, it's like, well, that doesn't sound that hard. On the other hand, good luck trying it for 3 years. For 3 years, right? So that's an average, right? Some weeks we'd sell 100, some weeks we'd sell 20, some weeks I'm sure we sold none. The next week we sold 120 or 70 or 50 or whatever it was. But on average, and the Amazon rankings are recalculated hourly, so you'll always know how you're doing. 40 books a week, if you know what you're doing, very doable. Very doable. You can do this. If you believe that you can do this, first of all, by the way, if you found this insightful, that what does it take to really be a top seller on Amazon? 40 books a week is the answer. If you found this valuable, just give me a V. Give me a V in the question box. If you found this little statistical breakdown of the reality of what's really going on behind the curtain over at Jeff Bezos land, if you found this valuable, just drop a V into the question box, and I'll know you're tracking along here with me. Awesome. Sue and Donald, Sukuma, Nabi, Steve, Nancy, Anna, Don, Paula, Brian, thank you. Shalandra, wonderful. Delia, Pam says, super helpful. John, Nancy, Raymond, Graham, Crystal, Brian, Jeffrey. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it. So this is the reality of what's going on. So let's talk about book launch basics. Book launch basics. The launch is the start of the marathon. It's important to prime the pump, but this is literally a marathon, not a sprint. You want to start with a sprint, but then you got to keep running. So that's how that works. Start with the sprint and you got to keep running. What does that mean? Use Amazon as the marketing platform that it is. Tap into Goodreads. By the way, since 2013, this probably happened in 2016, 2017, Goodreads was an independent platform. It was so successful in promoting books and selling books and spreading the word about books, Amazon bought Goodreads about 6-7 years ago. Amazon actually bought Goodreads. Goodreads is still an awesome, amazing platform that you should learn about. And then, of course, there's book bloggers. So between the Amazon platform itself, Goodreads, and book bloggers, who might have followings of, again, tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of people, that's where you want to get interviewed. Those are the podcasts that you want to be on. And that's where you want to get exposure for your book, not in front of readers, but in front of influencers who can bring you hundreds or thousands of readers. Guest blogging, podcasting, interviews, just mentioned that, social media promotion and social media engagement. Promotion and a one-way megaphone, that's the word I'm after. One-way megaphone, much less interesting than a two-way conversation. So engage with your audience. Do not just yell at them. Very, very, very important. And to get media, be the media. So you need to be out writing and interviewing other authors and featuring and leveraging other people. Your audience is not tired of hearing from you. Please write this down somewhere. Your audience is not tired of hearing from you. They're not. They're tired of hearing from you about you. So the moment that you start to feature and leverage other people, more attention is going to come onto you and your platform and your books and your consulting and coaching and speaking and training. But to get media, be the media and shine the spotlight on others. All right, let's break down traditional publishing versus self-publishing. I get this question from our clients all the time. And I got it now, of course, when book number 3 is coming out. And David, what are the pros and the cons and all of this? So I'll break it down for you. Traditional publisher is great for a lot of things. And I've done 3 of my books with traditional publishers, one a minor league publisher, which is HRD Press, and then American Management Association, and then most recently HarperCollins. And so I've got the self-publishing experience and I've got the traditional publishing experience. Here's the deal. Traditional publisher may give you a little bit more credibility, and a traditional publisher pays for absolutely everything with the book production, from cover design, interior layout, indexing. This will literally cost you $15,000 or more. You can maybe go on the cheap and get all of that done for 10, but it's at least 15K. I know authors that have spent 25K and 30K just for the book production. Tiny profit margin on the book sales, so it's literally pennies on the dollar. Big plus number 1. Distribution. Traditional publisher will get you into bookstores. Everyone gets you on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and Books A Million and all the other sort of online places, but traditional publisher, so Wiley, HarperCollins, McGraw-Hill, Portfolio, Penguin, they will get you into a real bookstore. Big plus number 2, a lot of major media reviews. Major media meaning newspaper, TV, radio, etc. They will not touch a self-published book. Hardcore policy, we don't touch self-published books. If it's from a major publishing house, yes, you have a chance of major media reviews. And then big plus number 3 is foreign rights. You might care about that. You might not care about that. I cared about it. And here's Do It Marketing in the Russian edition. This is back before, Russia was Russia, so 2013. They were nobody's big best friend, but they're not what they are today. Portuguese. Yes, my friends, I am big in Brazil. Turbina seu marketing. Yeah. No idea what the hell that means. Like drive your marketing, engine marketing. Anyway, my name is on the book, so who cares? Arabic, could not tell you the first thing about that. And Chinese. There's actually 2 Chinese editions, and the edition that I could not find the book cover of online is Thai. Thai, as in Thailand. So 6 total foreign translations of Do It Marketing, and that's kind of fun. Let's go to the other side, self-publishing. Speed and complete control. No one is the boss except you. Expensive to produce the book, but big profit margins. You can make $10 a book, $12 a book, even $15 a book, right? Cover price is $24.95, costs you $6 to make the book. You're literally making $18.95 profit on every single book. So big, big, big profit margin. Do It Marketing, if you bought a copy of Do It Marketing when it was new from the publisher, from Amazon, whatever, it would bring about $1.25 into my bank account. So $20 book gave me $1.25. If you and I went to Starbucks and you bought me a small regular brewed coffee, I'd be better off than financially if you bought a copy of my book. So let's go to Starbucks. The hell with the book. Let's go to Starbucks. Buy me a latte or something. Big minus, no distribution. No distribution on self-publishing, meaning you're on Amazon and that's it. You will never be in a bookstore. You can buy distribution. That costs extra, but self-publishing, there's no distribution baked in. Big minus number 2, I mentioned no major media reviews will touch a self-published book, and foreign rights. And again, you can hire someone to negotiate foreign rights and shop the book around, but it's not baked in, it's not built in. So if you don't care about those 3 things, and it would be very easy not to care about those 3 things, no distribution, who cares? 80% of books are sold on Amazon anyway. No major media reviews, who cares? No one's going to see them because all that counts is Amazon reviews. These are things I believe, by the way. These are things I believe. I'm not just doing devil's advocate. And then no foreign rights. It's like, yeah, okay. Do I want Russian clients? Do I want Arabic clients? Do I want Portuguese clients? Probably not. I want English-speaking clients because that's our programs and our coaching and our mentoring and our services and our keynotes are in English. They're not in Portuguese. They're not in Chinese. They're not in Russian. So today, fast forward to kind of David Newman land 2023, these things are much less important to me, and I would be leaning you towards self-publishing more than traditional. There are some great reasons that you want to go traditional, and I've helped people write book proposals by the dozens, and we have sample book proposals that I can share with you and all kinds of things. So let's talk about writing shortcuts, tools, and tactics. And I'm going to take a quick beverage break here for a second. All right. So 4 words, my friends: write short, market hard. Write these down. Write short, market hard. If you're writing your next book, so for the ones and the fours, the ones said, hey, I want to write a book. I haven't started yet. 4s, you already have a book. Maybe it did great, maybe it didn't. The next kind of book that you write should be like this. Let me repeat, the next kind of book that you write should be like this. Short, short, short. Who Moved My Cheese? 96 pages, sold 10 million copies. The Fish Philosophy, 107 pages, sold 4 million copies. The 1 Minute Manager, 111 pages. And these are light pages, by the way. Lots of white space, big margins, big typeface, sold 9 million copies. Let's fast forward to what works today. The War of Art, Stephen Pressfield, 190 light pages. I'll show you the inside of these books here in a moment. Sold 360,000 copies. My buddy Phil M. Jones, Exactly What to Say, fantastic book, 130 pages. Lots of white space, big typography, lots of pull quotes. Sold 1 million copies. 1 million copies. Now, these numbers, this is not necessarily sales to individuals. This is bulk sales. This is corporate sales. This is sponsorship sales. This is selling books with people who order 300, 500, 1,000, 50, 75, 250. Bulk book sales and sponsored book sales are the key to selling tens of thousands of books, more than you'll ever sell on Amazon, more than you'll ever sell in a bookstore. So I'm going to encourage you, your next book needs to be short. You want to write the right book that is easy to read, easy to write, easy to buy in bulk, very important, and it's got a fun format, it's distinct, and it stands out. So, for example, The War of Art, left side page here, resistance is internal. 2 short paragraphs, big headline, lots of white space. It's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be. On the right, do not covet your ideas. Give away everything you know, and more will come back to you. And again, small little area of type, big margins, big headlines, lots of graphics, lots of photos, lots of visuals in that book. So I don't want you to write a book. I don't want you to write a book. I want you to write half a book. Please write that down. I'm not going to write a book. I'm going to write half a book. Why are you going to write half a book? Because high-level people, meaning your decision makers, do not have time to read a big wall of text, 300-plus page business book. Airplane flight, New York to Chicago, 2 hours and 13 minutes. That executive that has your book should be able to finish your book in 2 hours and 13 minutes or less, because you will not get hired from a book they do not finish. Small books have a huge, huge impact. Some more examples. My buddy Mark LeBlanc. So he wrote a book that, again, small book, big impact. Here is Who Moved My Cheese. Here is the Relish book. Here is another book from Stephen Pressfield. Here's what I want you to do. If you're stymied about how to get started on writing a book like this, I have a very easy 2-step process. Fire up Microsoft Word, fire up your Google Docs, create a new document, and put in the headline, the book. That's all you need to do. Put in the book. And then in here, you're going to put your brainstorming, your collating, your curation. You're going to put in ideas. You're going to put in blurbs, keywords, short phrases. You're just going to start to collect and catalog the things that are going to go into your book. I'll share what those are here in a moment. But if you're saying, well, someday I'm going to write a book, someday I'm going to write the next book, please take this first step right now. Just open up a Google Doc, fire up Word, go to File, New Document, open up a blank screen, and at the top in big, beautiful, bold text, type the book. This is your book. This is the book that you're going to write next. And then everything else becomes easier, and this becomes your collection area and your deposit area for all of the ideas, all of the blurbs, all of the sound bites, all of the principles, practices, philosophies, and so on. Let's talk about some shortcuts. This first step I'm talking about, collate, curate, compile. Think in terms of the principles, the practices, the insights, and the action steps that you share around your expertise. That should be captured in that Google Doc or that Word document. Think about things that will motivate a reader or inspire a reader, or those catchphrases that you're known for, those you-isms, right? Our clients call them Newmanisms. So my books are filled with Newmanisms. Think of it as your manifesto. Think of it as your battle cry. Think about your own recommendations to your clients, your advice that you give them all the time, over and over again, the ahas and the insights and the value bombs that you share with clients. That should be collected in your book manuscript holding tank, in that Word document or Google document. Then, once you have all of that collected, and it may take you a week or two to get all of that from your brain onto the document, you're going to organize these, select, and sequence them. So you can use Post-it notes, you can use index cards. I've seen people and I've coached people to do this a whole variety of ways. I'll show you a couple examples. You can mind map this. If you're a mind mapper, you can make a list. If you're a list maker, flip chart, whiteboard, notebook, it all counts. It just depends on your personal style and preferences. If you have a big ass whiteboard in your office, use the whiteboard. If you're more of a pen and paper kind of person, use little Post-it strips and put it into your journal or your favorite portfolio or notebook. And you want to take all of these ideas that you've cataloged and start to organize them in categories, and then you can use color coding. The beauty of Post-it notes and or these little flip chart pages is they can be reorganized. So you can reorganize them on your wall. You can, if you're using index cards, those can be shuffled around and moved around on your office floor or on a coffee table. So lots and lots of ways to get these ideas corralled into some organizing principles. I would supplement that with 3 additional sources. What's on your computer? What have you already written? What emails have you already sent? Look in your filing cabinet. Look on your bookshelf. Look in your hard copy notes and files, seminar notes, printouts from previous work that you've done, PowerPoint, slide decks, workbooks that you share with clients. And then the third source is, of course, what's between your ears that has never been captured on paper, that has never been put into a seminar or a coaching program or a course or a consulting package, and start to get those things out from between your ears and onto paper as well. So that's how that works. I would encourage you to follow the advice of my friend Sally Hogshead, who says writing a book is like pointing an aircraft carrier in a certain direction. Everything goes with it. So an aircraft carrier, of course, part of an aircraft carrier battle group, there are destroyers, there are submarines that are under the water here that you cannot see. There are aircraft, there are battleships, there's all kinds of things. When the aircraft carrier says, hey, we're going east, everybody turns east. The submarines turn east, the destroyers turn east, the battleships turn east, everyone turns east. And this is the driving force of your coaching programs, your speaking engagements, your consulting, your mastermind groups, your VIP days. Everything is built around this. And I'm going to share some profit centers, some specific profit centers that our clients have built around the intellectual property in their book. But please, please, please take some encouragement from Sally's phrase here. Writing a book is like pointing an aircraft carrier in a certain direction. Everything goes with it. Everything goes with it. So monetizing your book, 12 different revenue streams. You can take a book and make a workbook. That's how the career book from Fort Myers which was a $20 book, became a $97 digital product and a $197 workbook with companion CDs and DVDs. So literally same content reformatted as a workbook. My friend David Side in Phoenix runs a company, minibook.com. You can create mini books from your main book, keynote speeches, training, consulting, coaching, bulk book sales, which is how to get hundreds of thousands of sales in quantities like 1,500, 2,000, 200, etc. Do not sell onesies. We should all be in the bulk book sales business, and I can show you how to do that. Membership sites, mentor programs built around your intellectual property, VIP days that you can sell for $10,000 or $15,000, book sponsorship, where a sponsor will buy 10,000 copies of your book and put their name and their logo on the front, sponsored by, special gift from. And figuring out a whole sponsorship strategy for your book is another fantastic thing that we do with clients. And then licensing and certification. So for example, my friend Phil Jones, Exactly What to Say, last year started an Exactly What to Say certified guide program. And he's got dozens and dozens and dozens of Exactly What to Say certified guides who now can spread the message in that book, are certified to teach content around that book. They do speaking, training, coaching, and consulting around ideas in that book. And Phil gets licensing revenue week after week, month after month, year after year by certifying new Exactly What to Say certified guides. So if you haven't been thinking about these 12 and you're thinking about how can I sell books and make $5 a book, there is a much bigger game to be played here, my friends, a much bigger game to be played. It's not about royalties and advances. So you're not going to get much revenue from the book. And I'll tell you, if you go traditional, here's where things stand in 2023. Level 1 author, first book, decent platform, your advance is going to be somewhere between 5 and 10. Mostly 7,500, but it could be as high as 10. Level 2 author, second book, third book, etc. Really great platform, 10,000 to 20,000. Most authors at that level these days are getting about a $12,000 advance. And then level 3, of course, is no limit. Proven platform, they've got the secret sauce, the celebrities, the folks whose names you recognize. Often there's a bidding war between publishers, starts at 25K, could go all the way up to 150K, 250K, 500K, 7 figures, in some cases multiple 7 figures for a book advance if your last name happens to be presidential. So presidential or major sports celebrity or major celebrity of any kind. So the humans among us work between level 1 and level 2. That's probably where you are. That's probably where I am. So all this talk about you should write a book. Why should you write a book? Because the huge payday comes in alignment. So yes, you can buy my book for $20, but you know what else you can buy? You know what else we should be able to buy from you? You know what else we should be able to buy from you is your online coaching program for $3,000, a 2-day retreat with you for $10,000, a private VIP day with you for $15K, a mentoring program, year-long mentoring program for $24,000, certified consultant, certified coach, certified guide program based on your IP, $30,000, and elite mastermind group, $48,000. So this is just my examples of this, from a $20 book to a $48,000 year-long elite mastermind, all based on the intellectual property and the reach and the reputation of that book, So let's talk about what is all this about? What's been going on here for the last little bit of time? This is really about writing the most helpful, valuable, relevant book that your audience is hungry to read and buy and recommend and review and then buy in bulk or sponsor and buy by the hundreds or buy by the thousands. But it's about helping more people and amplifying and magnifying and multiplying the number of people that you're able to reach. Yes, it's going to generate money for you. It's going to turn fans and readers into clients and attract a whole bunch of new ones. It's going to boost your reach and your revenue and your reputation. And again, not to repeat point number 1, but it's about being of service. Writing a book and capturing your brilliance, capturing your lightning in a bottle is about being of service, being more helpful, and being more useful to the people that you're meant to serve. All right. So why you showed up today. You're tired of hearing you should write a book, but not knowing where to begin. You want to impact more people, raise your fees, and stop being a best-kept secret? And deep down, just like me, in your entrepreneurial heart, you know that publishing a book is the key to better clients, bigger deals, and higher fees. So your decision, my friends, information alone is not going to cut it. You need a system and accountability and mentoring, and you have a choice. Life is all about choices, am I right? And you can do it slowly using trial and error and some of what I shared today, or you can do it fast and join me for, drum roll please, very important, I want to help you do everything we just talked about. I do. And so we have a new program called Business Book Domination. Business Book Domination, we will spend the next 6 weeks together working on writing the right book, marketing the book, and putting all the infrastructure in place to do everything that we talked about and profit from a nonfiction business book built around your expertise and help you get the reviews and the sales and the clients and the recognition that you deserve. So these are some of the authors and some of the books that we've helped. We've helped over 100 authors, Good Enough Now and Winning Well, The Insightful Leader, From Presentation to Standing Ovation, What's Your And, Get the Job You Want Even When No One's Hiring, Save Yourself from Burnout, The Creative Storm, Say It Now, Say It Right. You know, as I was putting the slide together, it struck me a lot of blue and orange, on these client books. Don't know why, but strangely enough, a lot of blue and orange. Now, some of these books were written with our instant bestseller template. So Creative Storm and a couple of these other ones it's not just marketed and sold, but the actual writing of the book was made so much easier because we have this instant bestseller template that has all of the pre-formatting, everything ready to go, and you can literally fill in the blanks. I'll tell you about that here in a moment. So this includes our book marketing workshop that we've sold in the past for $3,000. That's going to help you design and launch your book marketing campaigns to maximize sales, and the book writing workshop to help you brainstorm, outline, and format your best-selling business book. Let's talk about traditional publishing. If you want to go traditional publishing, there is also training that we will do together on writing a killer book proposal. And I'm going to give you my exact template for book proposals and 6 complete sample book proposals that sold. All of these sold. None of these are theory. My 3 book proposals that you're getting plus 6 other ones to look at, they sold to a traditional publisher for between a $10,000 advance and a $100,000 advance. And you are getting the complete end-to-end proposal to model from, templatize, and borrow the same exact structure. These are not little 5-page proposals. On the short side, these are about 40 pages. And I think the longest one is tipping the scales around 70 pages. A lot of people think that the book proposal is a literary document. It is not. The book proposal is a sales document. So I will show you and teach you and train you how to craft a book proposal that will get you an agent, and then that agent will be able to sell to a publisher. So we have a lot of stuff for the self-published folks. We have a lot of stuff for the folks that want to pursue a traditional publisher. And if you put the book proposal together the right way, even though only 1 in 100 book proposals are accepted, and please hear this part, 1 in 100 book proposals are accepted, about 50% of our clients get their book proposals accepted. So you can do it on your own, have a 1% shot. You can do it with me and have a 50% shot. I kind of like 50% odds better than 1 in 100, but you will get our complete book proposal training and 6 complete examples. So the book marketing workshop for $3K, the book writing workshop for $5K, the book proposal workshop, step-by-step training, proposal template, 6 complete samples that sold. If we stopped right there, it would be $10,991. Right now, I'm going to invite you to join me for this. We start February 15th. You are getting everything for $29.97. Everything for $29.97. The place to go to enroll for this is businessbookdomination.com. Rachel's going to put that URL into the chat, so you have that. And I'm going to walk you through a couple more things that I have for you. Then we'll open it up for all of your questions, starting with the pre-submitted questions. But if you have questions, feel free to type those questions in the question box starting right now. And then Rachel and I will go through and make sure that we get every single question answered. But if you want to hop in with me on this right now, it's businessbookdomination.com. That will get you to the checkout page. I'll tell you a couple more things, including some fast action bonuses if you want to sign up right now, right here while we're talking. First thing is you can split this up if you want to. We have an easy pay option, 3 installments. You can do 3 monthly installments of $1,100. If you want to stretch things out, that's totally cool. If you want to save maximum dollars, do the single installment for $29.97. That saves you about $300. Totally up to you. I know that some people are stretchers and some people are savers. So we have the stretcher option at 3 times $1,100, and we have the saver option at $29.97. All of those, both those options are waiting for you when you go to businessbookdomination.com. So when you go there, this is what the page looks like. You can flip it down to the 3-pay and do 3 payments of $1,100. So that means you start with $1,100 now, $1,100 next month, $1,100 the month after that. Or you can do $29.97 and save $303 and just leave it on the single pay. Now, 100% guarantee. I told you this is my favorite thing to talk about. It's my favorite thing to teach. I'm going to throw so much value into this, your head's going to explode. And if you're not happy, number one, you're crazy, but number two, I got you. So you are totally covered. If you don't love this for any reason, let me repeat that. If you don't love this for any reason under the sun, Newman, I don't like your haircut. Newman, I don't like the color of your glasses. This is a 6-week program. You're getting 4 weeks to try it out. You get a full 30 days to experience everything I'm going to share with you, watch all the training, come on all the coaching calls with me, get all the resources, basically download everything if you want to. And if it's not among the best investments you've ever made, and I'm serious about that, we will gladly buy it back from you with a 100% refund. I don't know of any program of any kind that has this kind of crazy wackadoodle guarantee, but we do. So when you go to businessbookdomination.com, whether that's the single pay, whether that's the 3 pay, you are 100% covered. So imagine experiencing 4 weeks out of a 6-week experience. In week 4, you're like, yeah, it's not my cup of tea. I'm out. And you get a 100% refund. And you're out. And we buy the program back from you. It is that good. It is that good. The last time we ran this, by the way, which was December of 2019. So that's the other question we get. Like, when are you going to run this again? Probably it'll be another 3 years. It was fall of 2019 that we last offered this. And it was a higher price too, by the way. Fun fact, it was a $5,000 program then. Now we're doing $29.97 or 3 times $1,100. All of those people were thrilled. You saw the books, you saw the results, you saw the success stories of our clients and what they were able to do with all of the resources and templates and tools and strategies that we're sharing in this offer. Next bonus, build your team training. First thing is how to get an agent. And you're going to get my personally vetted, curated list of 25 plus agents specifically for business books. You can go out and buy all the agent books, and there's hundreds of agents, and a lot of those agents don't touch nonfiction business books. I have a list of 25 plus agents who specialize in nonfiction business books. That is their bread and butter. That's what they do for a living, is sell nonfiction business books for authors like you and me to big publishers. Plus, whether your book is traditionally published or self-published, exactly what to say and send to get book endorsers, to get book launch partners, and to get reviews. It's really critically important in the first week of your book launch to get 30 reviews as soon as humanly possible. So we'll talk about book endorsements. We'll talk about launch partners that will amplify and multiply your book launch. In my case, times 100, because I had 10,000 people on my list and we had 1 million emails go out for the book launch because of the launch partners, and how to get the right kind of reviews quickly. So that's your entire build your team training, list of 25 agents and exactly what to say and send for the book endorsements, for the launch partners, and to get your first 30 reviews. So the book marketing workshop for 3K, design, launch your book marketing campaigns, maximize sales, how to write the right kind of book proposal workshop, step-by-step training, proposal templates, 6 complete samples, and the build your team, how to land an agent, how to get A-list endorsements, launch partners, and those first 30 reviews. If we stopped right there, it would be almost 13K. Everything right now for $29.97. When you go to businessbookdomination.com. Business Book Domination. That should have a theme song. Don't you think that should have a theme song like Business Book Domination? Dun, dun, dun. I think it should have a theme song. Okay. What else are we doing? This is so good. This is the instant bestseller template. Because I want to help you write the right kind of book that's easy to write, easy to read, easy to buy, and easy to buy in bulk. You are getting my complete business book template that has multiple different formats, and you literally plug and play everything from the beginning of the book, the interactive components of the book, the lead magnets, the hooks inside the book that drive people back to your website and your offers, your author bio. Absolutely everything is covered in this template. This template will take your book writing from years down to months and months down to weeks. So I'm including that on top of the book marketing workshop, on top of the book writing workshop, the book proposal workshop, the build your team training, the instant bestseller, fill in the blanks bestseller, pre-formatted book master template that will help you create the book that's easy to write, easy to read, easy to buy in bulk. If we stopped right there, it'd be $16,985. You're getting it all, businessbookdomination.com, $29.97. When we did this 3.5 years ago, it was $5,000. It was $5,000. I want to be able to help more authors. I want to be able to help more experts, especially if you're category 1 and 4. The 2s and the 3s, you're going to love it too. But if you're just about to write the book or you're about to write your next book, so first book, next book, this is everything in the kitchen sink. You don't need to go to over here to get the book marketing, over there to get the book writing, buy a third book proposal thing, do the whole Amazon bestseller thing with a fourth company. Everything is included. Everything we talked about today is included in great detail and great depth when you go to businessbookdomination.com. So everything for $29.97 right now. A couple of fast action bonuses. I am going to give you some one-on-one time with me for the first 10 people only who enroll right now and during our Q&A that's coming up in a minute. $1,000 value, you and I are going to map out your entire publishing strategy from pre-launch to post-launch to how do you sell those 40 books a week, every single week, month after month, year after year, your entire publishing strategy. And I will point out specific areas of the training that will be particularly useful to you based on your exact situation and goals. So that's for the first 10 people only. And I have to limit that to 10 people because my time is not unlimited. So when you go to businessbookdomination.com, get yourself enrolled. Whether it's the single pay, whether it's the 3 pay, the first 10 people are getting this one-on-one publishing strategy call with me. You can use that anytime in the next 12 months. You don't need to use it right now. So if your book, you work on your book is ready in 4 months, you're launching it in 5 months, you and I want to talk in month 3 or month 2 or month 4 of that, it's good for 1 year. It is totally good for 1 year. You can use it. You can use it sooner. You can use it later. You can bank it and save it up for when you need it up to 1 year from today. And then bonus number 4, and this is really quite amazing. We did this with the last group in 2019, book promotion from me to all of my email subscribers, to all of my followers, all of my connections. What this means is I become one of your book launch partners. Let me repeat that. I become one of your book launch partners. And we no longer have 10,000 people on our list. We have more like 60,000 people on our list. And we have hundreds and hundreds of people who listen to our podcast. You're getting a podcast guest spot included in that. We have tens of thousands of social media followers on all of our platforms. And we're also going to do a live stream and a YouTube author interview with you. All of those assets we will create, we will let you keep, we will let you use. That is literally a $5,000 book promotion value. So if you're writing a nonfiction business book that is of interest to business people, either entrepreneurs or executives, that's the people who are on my list. That's the people who follow me. So I am your maybe your first and your bestest launch partner. This is strictly limited to the first 10 people again. This is huge. This will get you Amazon bestseller status. This will prime the pump on all of your book sales and book promotion. If you're doing a pre-promotion, like a pre-order sale, I will help you with the pre-order promotion as well via email, via podcast, via social media, and via live stream video that will send you the source video. You can put that on your YouTube channel. It will also be on our YouTube channel, and we will shout it from the rooftops. So it's a $5,000 book promotion package for the first 10 people only who enroll right now and during our Q&A coming up here in a minute at businessbookdomination.com. Even as I'm going through this, I'm thinking, what am I doing selling this thing for $29.97? I'm kind of crazy, but I'm a good kind of crazy. So I hope that you'll join me for this. This is my favorite thing to teach. This is my favorite thing to do. This is my favorite thing to coach because it was such a mystery to me when I started. And then having cracked the code and figured this out, my mission is to help as many authors and experts do the same so that you don't need to hit all the dead ends and all the brick walls that I did. So you're going to get everything. You are going to know what to do at every step. We're going to build your book marketing machine together. You're going to get all of the key documents and tools to write and market and promote your first or next nonfiction business book built around your expertise when you go to businessbookdomination.com. So you're also going to get inside of our training the exact templates and scripts and emails and documents that I've used to sell over 15,000 books, hit Amazon #1 the real way, not the way that the Dirty Socks do it, but the real way, 3 times, and stay in the top 20 Amazon bestsellers continuously for 37 months. So those charts and that strategy that I shared with you, you are getting the inside track on exactly what to do before the book launch, during the book launch, and after the book launch to get that momentum going and to keep that momentum going. So here's what you're going to create: a unique advantage in your business, instant credibility with your book and preeminence with prospects, launch your book with confidence and clarity and control over the whole process, create genuine excitement and desire for people to buy and read and share and review and buy your book in bulk, and maximize your reputation and reach and revenue. And all of that's waiting for you at businessbookdomination.com. Single pay, $29.97, 3 installments, $1,100 this month, next month, and the month after that. So we have something for the savers, we have something for the spreaders. You might say, well, Newman, why are you doing this? And I ask myself, why am I doing this? I will tell you why I'm doing this. I'm launching my new book right now. We're in pre-launch for the Do It Selling book. It comes out in May. So you're getting a ringside seat, and I'm going to show you behind the scenes, not only teaching you all of the great stuff that we're going to talk about together, I'm going to show you how I'm implementing the same exact strategies that I'm teaching you. And this is a rare, rare opportunity to see a book launch behind the scenes in real time as it happens and pick up the lessons learned along the way. So the lessons are going to be fresh. This is actually fun for me. So please don't tell anyone, like, shh, keep it quiet, keep it between us. This is actually fun for me in case you couldn't tell. And like I said earlier, I've done this for clients one-on-one and literally charged them tens of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars. So you want to go to businessbookdomination.com, get in on this. Here's what will happen when you enroll. You'll get a payment confirmation email, which is exciting. I will see that you're signed up, which is awesome. You'll be added to the BMW, that stands for Book Marketing Workshop, by the way, not the car that I drive. BMW list of cool people. And yes, there actually is going to be a book marketing workshop list of cool people that Rachel and Sam and I are going to put together. And then you are going to get a welcome email with full details, dates, logistics. I mentioned we start February 15th, which is next week, February 15th. And we're going to give you everything you need to get started, plus the one-on-one booking info with me for the first 10 people who enroll during this masterclass. So that's what happens when you go to businessbookdomination.com. We're about to start our Q&A. I'm going to start the clock here. So if you have a question, please pop that in the chat. I mentioned we have some pre-submitted questions. As we're going through the Q&A, this offer is going to stay live for the first 10 people. You also get the publishing strategy call with me, and you can use that now. You can use that soon. You can use that later. You can bank it. You can save it for up to a year. And then your book promoted to my audience via emails and podcast guests and social media and live stream and then video that you can save and keep. So the way this works for the Business Book Domination Mentoring Program, 3 pay of $1,100 a month, or you can save $300 now and just do it as a single pay, $29.97. You're getting the full book marketing workshop, the book writing workshop, the book proposals and the proposal template and proposal samples, the build your team training that has the agent list and how to recruit endorsers and contributors and launch partners. You're getting the instant bestseller, fill in the blanks bestseller. That's about a 40-page document that you can format, fill in. It's already pre-formatted, ready to go in standard paperback book format. One-on-one publishing strategy call for the first 10 people, your book promoted by me for the first 10 people, and then your love it or leave it 100% money back guarantee for 30 days. So 4 weeks out of the 6, 4 weeks out of the 6, you'll know by week 1. I mean, you'll probably know by the first 20 minutes of week 1. But you're going to come to week 2. You're going to come to week 3. You're going to come to week 4. You're going to come to all of the coaching. You're going to absorb all of the training. You can download all the resources. And if you're not happy at any moment during those 30 days, I will happily buy this program back from you. That's how much I believe in it, and that's how much I believe in you. So let's get to some questions. I know we have some pre-submitted questions as you're going over to businessbookdomination.com to get signed up. Let me go to our first question. I literally printed these out earlier. Oh man, all right, so this question is kind of fun. I'm getting this a lot now from clients and all kinds of reasons. Does it count if I have an artificial intelligence bot like ChatGPT write the book for me? So, number one, I am experimenting with a lot of these chat tools, and there's not just ChatGPT, there's Jarvis, there's QuickWrite, there's a couple of other ones out there on the market. ChatGPT is the one that's getting all of the sexy media coverage. But my answer is yes and no. So if you're using a template in Microsoft Word, is that unethical? Probably not. My friend Dan Janelle talks about this, and he has an ebook coming out about this, about what authors need to know about artificial intelligence writing tools. I would say it's a tool. It is not a substitute for your writing. So I'm not exactly sure what the question is. Does it count if I have an artificial intelligence chat bot write the book for me? You know, does it count if you have a ghostwriter? Does it count if you have an editor? Are those things wrong? No. If it gets the job done, if it helps you, if it's a writing tool or a writing assistant, whether that's a human writing assistant or an AI writing assistant, I don't think that makes all that much of a difference. All right. Do I need to have a substantial email list and or social media following to make the book a marketing success? Well, no, absolutely not. So remember, I mean, I could have had no list. When my book came out, I could have had no list because I had 990,000 emails going out from my launch partners. The fact that we had 1 million, I added my 10,000 to the mix. You know, are people more likely to buy from you if they're on your list? Well, a little bit. But the whole thing is not doing it alone. Not doing it alone is so critical. So you do not need to have a giant list or a big reach. You're going to use the reach of your launch partners. And that's why the build your team training inside the business book domination is so important. So great question on that. If I have the opportunity to traditionally publish, should I self-publish anyway? Because I will make more money per book sold. So I would take the criteria that we said earlier, the pros and the cons. And if those three things are important to you, we talked about foreign rights, we talked about distribution, and we talked about major media reviews. The credibility piece, I think, is less important these days. That you drop a book on a CEO's desk and they go, "What's this self-published piece of crap on the flimsy paper?" Most self-publishing now, if you do it right, if you do it smart, it is indistinguishable physically from a book that is from the big publishers. So it used to be that self-published books looked crappy and homemade, and the layout was funky, and the Kindle edition was like weirdly formatted. Now we have services like BookBaby, bookbaby.com, that do a fantastic job formatting, uploading, EPUB, Kindle, Nook, all the electronic formats. It looks great. It looks professional. I don't think there's that stigma of self-published books always have to look crappy, and traditionally published books always look awesome. It really is about the effort and the energy that you put into promoting the book. So if those three criteria are important to you, I would encourage you, hop in, join us at businessbookdomination.com. You'll get the proposal workshop. You'll get the proposal template. You'll get the 6 sample proposals, and we can help you, pitch that to an agent. Once you get the agent will pitch that to a publisher, and then you're in the traditional path. And as I mentioned, doing this by yourself has about a 1% success rate. Our clients have about a 50% success rate in successfully landing an agent and a publisher if they want to go the traditional publishing route. So let me open up the question box, and Rachel, I'll ask if we have any submitted questions here. I want to make sure that I get to. And time commitment each week for the program. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the time commitment, we're going to meet for between 75 and 90 minutes. It is generally speaking Wednesdays at 2 o'clock US Eastern. So that's by design, of course, because if you're able to be here this week at 2 o'clock Eastern, you'll probably be able to be with us for most of those Wednesdays at 2 o'clock Eastern. I would block between 75 and 90 minutes for the actual coaching and mentoring and training. I would block another hour to go into the portal and download the templates, the scripts, the frameworks, the tools, watch some of the training. And then I would block maybe another 2 hours per week for actual writing, marketing, thinking, and implementation. So all told, I would say 4 hours a week. If you're not dedicating 4 hours a week, you're not serious about writing a book. And you're also not serious about marketing a book. So is it going to be like this full-time burdensome job? Absolutely not. It is not going to be a full-time burdensome job. We will make absolutely sure that it's not a full-time burdensome job. But at the same time, will it take some time? Yes. Will it take some effort? Yes. Will we make that effort as fun and easy and streamlined as possible? Yes. So think in terms of between 4 and 5 hours a week. 4 and 5 hours a week, all told, is all you need to be successful here. How can this program help me with my 2 already published books? So this is probably 35 to 40%. Well, no, let me take that back. 25 to 30% writing and 70 to 75% marketing, promotion, publishing. So we get this question a lot. Hey, David, I wrote my book 3 years ago, didn't know what I was doing. Can I relaunch it? Can I do a launch the right way? Can I get launch partners? Can I do a new edition of the book? Can I go back and redo some things that I skipped the first time? And the answer is absolutely. Absolutely yes. So a lot of the client success stories and those book covers that I showed you, their books were already written. I would say about half of those folks that I showed you the book covers, they came into the book marketing workshop and this whole business book domination thing. The book was written and they wanted to market and sponsor and license and build revenue streams around the book they had already written. About half those people came because they wanted to both write and market the book. But as far as the ratio of where we spend our time and attention, because you have the bonus fill in the blanks instant bestseller template and you have the whole book writing methodology that we recommend, writing is going to be on your own time. And so 25% of our time we will spend on writing and writing issues and writing coaching, and 75% on book promotion, book sales, what to do on Amazon, what to do on Goodreads, how to get partners, how to get endorsers, how to get people to promote, podcast strategy, email strategy, social media strategy, all of those strategies that we talked about to get your book the attention and the readers and the reviews and the sales that it deserves. So really, really cool. So that's the question about 2 already published books. Would I ever create a do-it consulting book? Well, so I would say do-it consulting is probably, you need to buy 2 books. You need to buy the Do It Marketing book, which is basically marketing for consultants, and you need to buy the new Do It Selling book when it comes out in May, which is basically selling for consultants. So everything that I write, everything that I create is for that independent thought leading professional. So consultants, business coaches, corporate trainers, professional speakers. So I actually don't need to write a Do It Consulting book because Do It Marketing is the marketing part that consultants need, and Do It Selling is the selling part that consultants need. All right, let's go back to my pre-submitted list. Robert's asking, what's a great marketing strategy to pitch a book to decision makers? And I'm not sure, Robert, if you mean decision makers around publishing the book, so like agents and publishers and editors, or if you mean a marketing strategy to pitch a book to an economic buyer for your coaching, consulting, speaking. We'll talk about both, because obviously bulk book sales and sponsored books, you would sell to a decision maker. Getting the book published is pitching to agents and publishers. So even though I'm not sure about which one your question is about, the answer is yes, because we'll talk about both. Yes, we'll talk about both. Number two, what's an effective way to get tons of unbiased, honest book reviews? Well, I'm going to take out the word unbiased, Robert. I'm going to take out the word honest. I want to get tons of reviews. If people want to kiss my butt and leave a 5-star review for a book that they thought was just okay, I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm partially kidding. I am partially kidding. You don't want unbiased, honest reviews. I mean, you want honest reviews, but what does unbiased mean? I want biased reviews. I want people who love the book. I want people like, oh my God, I read chapter 3. It changed my world. I tried something from chapter 17 and I made $10,000 the next day. So I want people who are very biased. I want 5-star bias on my 5-star reviews. So the way to get tons of reviews we'll talk about in the program when you go to businessbookdomination.com. I wouldn't worry about unbiased/honest. I mean, we want them honest, of course, but I want them biased in the pro column. By the way, it's so funny. If you want to uncover the real sad reality of the human condition, there is no better place than internet comments and Amazon book reviews. So one of my 2-star reviews, I think it was a 2-star, maybe even a 1-star review. I got this book from the library, didn't even buy it. They got it from the library, and they're leaving me a 1-star review. Didn't get a lot of ideas from it. Now, again, what was the subtitle of the Do It Marketing book? 77 instant action ideas. 77 instant action ideas to boost sales, maximize profits, and crush your competition. How you could get nothing from 77 ideas, I don't know. But you got it from the library, and you decided to leave a 1-star review. So there are the 1-star and 2-star reviews, which, my friends, you will get. You will get the 1 stars and the 2 stars. They make the 5 stars look real. If all you have is 5-star reviews, they all look fake. It's like, oh, he must have recruited his friends. He must have asked his family to just post reviews. So I love my 1 and 2-star reviews. I don't have a whole lot of them, but I love my 1 and 2-star reviews because I've got hundreds of 4 and 5-star reviews. And so for that to be real, you're going to have some haters. You're just going to have some haters. And do what my friend Jay Bear likes to say. Hug your haters. Hug your haters. Kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. All right, Rachel's telling me that our first 10 spots are almost gone. So please grab your spot at businessbookdomination.com. Could a mini book replace a big book, or do we need a real book? Great question. So a mini book is an excerpt from a real book. Your real book should be short. Let me repeat that. Your real book should be short. Remember, flight from New York to Chicago, 2 hours and 13 minutes. CEO puts the book in their briefcase, gets on the plane, sits down in first class, opens up the book. By the time they land in Chicago, they finish the book and they say, call this person. We need to get them in here immediately. You will never get hired from a book they do not finish. Much less, you will never get hired from a book they do not read. Most business books, by the way, they've done research on this. Many business books go completely unread and they simply sit on the shelf, so that's not good. About 40% of business books, if they're read at all, they're never read past page 20. Did you know that? They are never read past page 20. People get through 20 pages and go, nah, not that good. Or they put it down, they put it back on the shelf. I'll read this later. I'll get back to this. I'll read this when I need it. And later means never. So just like signing up for Business Book Domination, later means never. The last time we did this was fall of 2019. It's now February 2023. I don't think you want to wait 3.5 years to get your book out there and have it get the clients and the sales and the reviews and the recognition that it deserves. So you want to hop in on this right now. First 10 spots, we still have some spots available for that one-on-one publishing strategy call. I'm not sure how many, but I think we have some. And then your book promoted by me, the $5,000 book promotion package that includes email to our full list, podcast guest spot, social media promotion, and live stream and YouTube promotion, our channel, your channel, live stream video. All of that is going to help you sell hundreds and hundreds of books right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. All right. Let's see. One or two more questions. I know our timer is at 0, but I do want to tackle a couple of more questions. Any unique marketing approaches for a series of books when you're about to release the first in the series and the rest are not yet written? Fantastic question. Here's the deal. There is no such thing as a book series. There is no such thing as a book series without a successful first book. So think of any series ever. If the first Harry Potter book were not successful, there would not have been 8 more Harry Potter books. If the first Star Wars film was not successful in 1977, there would not be a series of 9 Star Wars films and a global multi-zillion-dollar franchise. So I wouldn't worry about marketing the series. I would worry about marketing that first book. So I have a series by accident, right? I did the Do It Marketing book. We did the Do It Speaking book, which I had no idea I would write when I wrote Do It Marketing. And then Do It Selling, I had no idea I would write when I wrote Do It Speaking. First book success led to second book success, led to third book success. Now I have a series, but even if I had that series in mind, if Do It Marketing was a dud, if Do It Marketing was crap, if it didn't sell, if it didn't get the attention and the reviews and the traction, I would have never gotten a second shot. I would have never gotten a second book or a third book or a fourth book. By the way, there is no fourth book because between marketing and speaking and selling, that's really all I know. I guess I could make a book on homemade lasagna, which I'm pretty good at. But besides that, if it's not marketing, if it's not speaking, if it's not sales, I'm probably not the best person to write that book. All right, so that's the series question. And then how to effectively use an existing podcast to promote a forthcoming book. What a fantastic question. So when we were preparing the pre-launch for the Do It Selling book, we had almost 300 episodes of our speaking podcast called The Speaking Show. I think we hit 290 something, 292, something like that. And I said, okay, gang, remember, Sally Hogshead, when the battleship moves, everything moves with it. So I knew that I had to rebrand the podcast. What that meant was the Speaking Show, which promoted Do It Speaking, became the Selling Show. So now I've got people who are interested in professional services selling. I've got consultants, I've got speakers, coaches, trainers, agency owners, independent professionals, people who have something to say or something to sell. They love the work of their work and they just hate the sales part. Because, okay, this podcast is for them. Why? Because I know that sometime in the next year, I'm going to come out with a book. And so Selling Podcast, in this case, The Selling Show, kind of nice category killer title there, thesellingshow.com if you want to go check it out. The Selling Show is a perfect podcast from which to promote the Do It Selling book. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do a special edition of the podcast. We're going to do inserts and little mini commercials. Hey, if you're loving the sales content, make sure to go over to doitselling.com, grab a copy of the new book. You will love it, blah, 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 blah. That's what a commercial insert is, 15 seconds, maybe about halfway through and then about 2/3 of the way through. And then constantly mentioning the book in your intro, on your website, in your about section, in your services section. The book needs to be integrated into your identity. And this is so critically important. So we're going to talk about the author bio. We're going to talk about the About Us page on your website. We're going to talk about your speaker introduction. We're going to talk about the way that you promote yourself on video and live streams and emails and blogs. All of it is tying your value proposition to the value proposition of the book. And the idea there is the idea that occurred to me 10 years ago when I started promoting the Do It Marketing book. Everything that I was doing to promote the book, I should have been doing all along to promote the business. Everything I'm doing to promote the business, I should be doing also to promote the book. And that was a huge, huge aha moment. So that's from Tonya. Tonya, I hope you join us at businessbookdomination.com. Get signed up for the program because that would be great. Paul's question, how does print on demand work when selling on Amazon? Amazon takes care of everything. If you're doing self-publishing, you're doing Kindle digital publishing, you want to have a paperback copy of your book, hardback copy of your book, the Amazon built-in print delivery mechanism is print on demand. We no longer have to have hundreds of books in your basement or in a storage unit. So Amazon takes care of that. And again, Paul, I hope you join us at businessbookdomination.com. That would be awesome. How do you land big media interviews once your book is published? Now, again, I wouldn't worry about big media. I would worry about niche media. Let me repeat that. I wouldn't worry about big media. I would worry about niche media. meaning what are the niche publications, associations, conferences, groups, blogs, portals, communities, who are the big names in your niche that could get you in front of your exact perfect client to promote your book to their audience. So we totally do not focus on big media. Believe it or not, I don't want you on Good Morning America. If Oprah still had a show, I would not want you on Oprah. I've had clients who were on Oprah, sold a few hundred books that day and that week, and then were never heard from again. And that book did nothing to promote their business long term. Because business buyers don't necessarily watch Oprah. Business buyers might not be tuned in to Good Morning America on that particular day. So it's like yesterday's newspaper, today it's wrapping fish. So major media is useless, niche media is priceless. I want to get you in front of as many niche media, bloggers, podcasters, videocasters, online shows, blogs, portals, communities, conferences, summits, all of those things in your niche, because those people will buy your book and those people will hire you before or after reading your book, because that's your target market. So Paul, again, I hope you hop in, businessbookdomination.com, join us, and we will unpack all of that for you. Anastasia says, this is my first book to be released at the end of March. Holy crap. Is it too late? Did I miss the marketing window? And can we still help with sales? The answer is yes, 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 and hell yes, meaning it's not too late. It's never too late. Your book could have come out last year, and we can remarket, resell, relaunch, and still get it back to where it should have been in the first place. So is it a short timeline? Yes. Are there things you can do in the next few weeks that we will talk about and unpack in the Business Book Domination mentoring? Absolutely. So I would encourage you, again, pop over to businessbookdomination.com, get yourself signed up, single pay, 3 pay, whichever way is more comfortable. All of that is good. What else do we have here? How far, so this is from Penny, how far in advance of publication should I start the process? Well, the further ahead, the better. But think about ancient Chinese saying, best time to plant a tree 20 years ago, second best time to plant a tree today. So just like Anastasia, is it too late? Should you have a 6-month lead time, 3-month lead time, 1-month lead time, no lead time? What can I do to remarket and resell and energize a book that came out last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? There's lots of things that you can do before and during and after. If you're at the before, ideally it's 6 months if you want a straight answer. I'm encouraging you that it's never too late, because it's never too late. But if you want to, like the textbook answer that I share with all of our clients, is ideally you're putting some basic infrastructure and some basic thinking in place 6 months out. The real activity starts about 3 months out, which is where I am with the Do It Selling book. The book launch is this crazy flurry of activity, but the book launch is a marathon. It does not stop. It is the perpetual book launch that lasts months and months and months, years and years and years, because I want your book to be successful for months and months and months and years and years and years. So how far in advance? The stock answer is 6 months. The other answer is it's never too late. It's never too late. And then final question from Penny, then I'll let you guys go. We'll keep this URL up for another little bit, businessbookdomination.com. If you want to still get in on this, I believe we have a few handful of spots for the one-on-one publishing strategy call with me and the Your Book Promoted by Me. So definitely hop in right now before our Q&A is over, businessbookdomination.com. To get those two, you want to get signed up in the first 10. You definitely want to get signed up in the first 10. Penny's next question, of the books you've written and published, which means the disasters and the successes, I guess, what's the one vital thing you've learned when you compare what you did to market your first and your current book? Oh, my Lord. Well, I sort of shared the good, the bad, and the ugly early on, Penny. So you saw what I did early, which is nothing, right? No audience, no sales plan, no partners, trying to figure everything out on my own. So all of the things that you and I are going to cover, Penny, when we do the Business Book Domination program together, all of those things I did not do. I did not do because I did not know, and I didn't know that that was even important. So I just figured, write it and they will come. And I wrote it and they did not come. And that's why it was extreme self-publishing, and it was an extreme disaster as far as a total waste of time, as far as a business building asset. One vital thing you've learned. Well, I'm going to give you one vital thing, that you cannot do this alone. Let's land the plane on that. You cannot do this alone. So you need people like me. I'm going to be brutally honest and brutally selfish right here. You need people like me to show you the way. You need people like me who made every mistake in the book. I made the good ones twice. I fell into every manhole cover. I hit every brick wall. I hit every dead end. And then I did it right. And I did it right 3 times. I'm going to show you how not to do it wrong. I'm going to show you how to do it right. And you're going to get the book marketing workshop, the book writing workshop, the book proposal workshop with the proposal template and the 6 complete sample proposals, each of which sold for between 10K and 100K. You're going to get the build your team assets and training with the list of 25 professional book agents that specialize in nonfiction business books, how to recruit endorsers and launch partners and contributors. You're going to get the fill in the blanks bestseller template that dozens of our clients have used and modified and riffed on to create their book in weeks instead of months or months instead of years. For the first 10 people that sign up right now, and again, this may already be out. I don't think it's out, but it may already be out. First 10 people that sign up right here, right now, while we're still live, one-on-one publishing strategy call with me, your book promoted by me with emails, podcast guesting, social media, live streams, and video assets. And most important, I think the most convincing thing here, of course, is the love it or leave it 100% money back guarantee. I could talk about this stuff all day. I love this so much because this is one area that I have totally dialed in and totally mastered and gone from mystery to mastery. And I would love to help take you from mystery around all of these things of what it takes to successfully build your business around your book. That used to be a mystery, and help give you total mastery around those things. Not just for this book or not just for the next book, but for the rest of your professional career. This is an investment literally in the rest of your professional career, knowing how a book and the authority that a book gives you and the credibility that a book gives you and the saleability that a book gives you and the preeminence that a book gives you if you launch the book the right way, so that you get the reviews and the recognition and the clients and the sales and the revenue that you deserve. So that's the one thing I've learned, is that you cannot do this alone. You need mentors, you need partners, you need launch partners, you need marketing partners, you need contributors, you need book endorsers, you need a tribe. You need a community around you to support you, amplify, and magnify your efforts times 10 or times 100 so that you're not doing this alone. If you look at anybody, you look at anyone who's writing a book these days, I'm even thinking Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. They had hundreds and hundreds of partners. You think Tony Robbins couldn't launch his book by himself? Tony Robbins could totally launch his book by himself. Did he choose to launch his book by himself? Absolutely not. Because even the biggest names on the planet can't do it alone and don't want to do it alone and don't want to shortchange themselves by doing it alone. So hop in right now, businessbookdomination.com. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you for all the kudos. This was tremendous fun. In case you couldn't tell, I loved every minute of this. I'm going to love every minute of working with you in the Business Book Domination Coaching Program. We start February 15th. You definitely want to hop into this right here, right now. Do not miss this chance. Do not wait another 3 years until I offer this again. Businessbookdomination.com. That's where to go right here, right now. Until next time, my friends, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. You're awesome. Keep doing the amazing, great work that you're doing.